What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, Donkey Unicorns and Ponies are still crashing out hard. I just watched the Alex video, one of Alex's videos. He's going through one of Reforge's videos, and Reforge is really he's struggling to keep his logician fragments in order. I guess he's the illogician. Like he's not logical right now. He's contradict every other sentence is the opposite world. It's crazy. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Okay, we're not talking about his fool. We're not gonna talk about him. I did want to ask you guys. Let me know in the comments below about if you would. I'm gonna try experiment, if you will, with some how do you say disembodied voice videos, videos where there's just video playing and then I'm talking over it and stuff without the face. So I think I'm gonna do that, which would be a little bit more prepared, or maybe not. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just put video on this thing, just have some gameplay or something. Probably Claire Excure, probably Expedition 33, because I want to finish that game. That's like the only game I'm playing. Although I did play the Shinobi demo. Nice. I like, Joe. I'm like, animation is crazy. At one point I say, I forgot I'm playing a Shinobi game. And I'm like, this is a good game. Anyway, the demo's out. And I don't even think I finished the last. I got to the dojo and I just like stopped inside there somewhere. I was like, let me just stop. Let me just chill. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about was the. It's not zeitgeist. Well, I guess it is a little bit of zeitgeist, but it's basically the narrative, the talk around the Xbox Ally and the Ally X, right? So I think I've watched 3 separate videos of 3 separate different content creators that I've never heard of ever. And they have more subs than I do, obviously, And they're talking about this thing. And they're saying, the difference between the Ally and the Ally X and stuff. Xbox Ally X. The XA and the XAX. And I'm listening to them. And then the more they kind of go into the specs of the X in particular, the more I'm like, I think it might be worth $900. I mean, if it was $799, sure. But I'm like, okay, what's the difference? Okay, it's got double the memory. It has, storage. It's got it doesn't have double the RAM. The small one has 16, the big one has 24, but the 24 is faster. I think it's 8,000 compared to 6,400 on the smaller one. So I'm like, okay, more RAM, that's faster, boom. Plus it has the NPU, which the other one doesn't. Plus it has the zoop triggers, which the other one doesn't. I'm like, they put a lot of extra sprinkle dust on that X, and I'm like, it is a lot more. It is $250 more. 200, 300, 350. Yeah, it is $350 more. But is it worth it? I'm probably not gonna buy either of them yet because I still want to see what happens. I'm gonna get the next generation console, and from the speakings of our king, Jason Ronald, he says that, he's king of hardware. He says that they're working on hardware and handheld. They're working on next gen home console and handheld. And I don't think he was referring to what they just came out with or are coming out with in October. He was referring to the AMD partnership. So it could be that, like whatever is in the ROG Ally and the Ally. No, but those are those AMD chips? I guess they are, right? I don't actually know. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what goes on with that. But as far as the way that it looks, the way that people are talking about it, people are excited. People are talking about, yo, it's gonna sell out. The X is gonna sell out. And this person was talking about it, like knowing that the rumor was $899. They didn't even know that the little baby bro was $549. That's gonna sell out. Then you're gonna look at the Switch 2 and you're gonna look at the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally, the ROG Xbox Ally. And you can be like, why would I buy the Switch 2 when this is way more powerful? You know, and you can play Steam game and Goggle game and all these games. I'm just saying, like, if I had to buy one, I would buy the ROG Ally, the small one, little baby one, little baby bro ROG Xbox Ally. But I'm like, yo, I think they're moving in a good direction. And like I said, the rhetoric around it has been positive. It's been positive. Even with the high type of price, it's been positive. One of them said it was aggressive pricing because the same, I guess there is a comparable, I guess the regular ROG is higher price. I think I saw it at $950 or something like that. I think it's $949. Or over 1,000, whatever it was. And I'm like, oh, okay. So when you put it into context, you put all the factors and the variables and all these things in the conversation. You say, okay, well, this is what's going on. You know, if you just put it out there and say this is device is $899, you're like, that's kind of high. But if you look at all the other stuff, or you go buy this one for $999, like, well, $899 don't look so bad now, does it? And it's more powerful, and it has all this new tech in it. So, and it's supposed to be 3 nanometer, blah blah blah. So I'm like, it has a 80 watt battery. I think they said that. Yeah, and the smaller one has 60 watt per hour battery. So I'm like, oh, I was like doing math. I was like, wait a second. If you do the math, then what does that mean? 4 hours or something like that, depending on if it's like 15 watts per blah, blah, blah. I don't even know if I was doing the math right, but it seemed right to me. Y'all can correct me in the comments how that works. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting time. And like the difference between what Microsoft and Sony did, right? So Sony put out the Pistol 5 Potato, right? It still sucks. Metal Gear, Alpha, Delta, whatever it's called, the Digital Foundry did the thing. They're like, this sucks on the PlayStation 5 Pro. They didn't say that those were, but that's what they were saying basically. That when the regular amateur PlayStation 5 beats it in performance, come on, son. I'm like, what are they doing over there? And I was like, yo, you look at the graphics, the PlayStation 5 regular amateur looks better than the PlayStation 4 Pro. And you want to know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because they said it. The Pistol 5 Potato is rendering the resolution. I can't even talk. The resolution that they're rendering from to upscale it is 758p or something. It's 2025. This is supposed to be the most powerful console. 758p? Come on, son. I'm about to jump through the internet and slap somebody because this is unacceptable. I would be so angry if I purchased a $700 console, now $750 console. I guess they were trying to match the resolution with the new price of the Pistol 5 Potato. That's what they were trying to do, but they went over a little bit. So 758, who knows? Maybe it's a little higher. I don't know, but I know it's in 700s. I'm like, look, Xbox is just fine. Xbox Series X performs better than the Pistol 5 Potato. The regular PlayStation 5 performs better than the Pistol 5 Potato. And then they put, I'm saying Pistol 5, they use Pistol on the performance mode on the Pro. And I'm like, why would you do that? You know it don't work. And there's like, you saw the flickering in the shadows, like bleep, bloop, 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 like shadow fireworks or something. I'm like, yo, this is that was the biggest con, the biggest waste of money, the biggest ripoff in video game history. Sony has a lot of firsts this generation, and they're not good firsts. They have the biggest ripoff, the most expensive console, the biggest failure in the history of video games. Hello, Concord. You thought I forgot about you? No. We never forget about Concord. Never forget. Concord, the biggest failure in video game history. In the 59 years of video games, Sony did it. They figured out how to make the worst game ever. I'm sorry, I can't say the worst game. That's inaccurate. The biggest failure ever. That's accurate. So yeah, I mean, when you could beat E.T., and they buried those games in the dirt, in the garbage landfill, Concord's worse. Anyway, I'm sorry. Rambles. But this is going to be a short one because I got to bounce. I got stuff to do. And, but yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about Concord being the biggest fit. No. About the new handhelds coming out, the new technology coming out, everything that people are saying, whether it's content creators, whether it's Jason Ronald and the other Jason, I forgot his last name. They're talking about, the future, what they talking about, what they trying to do, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't see any, out of all the things that have been happening, all the things that they've said, I've heard no negativity when it comes to Xbox. And these donkey unicorns and ponies are so preoccupied and so in shock and denial about what's going on at PlayStation, they can't even muster up the strength to say anything negative about Xbox because they're sad. They're sad dad walking simulators in real life. They're sad people because their world is crumbling around them. I already said it was crumbling down. They just didn't realize it. They're on fire. They're sitting there and they'd be like, it's fine. That's what they're saying. But no, it's not fine. Now they see the end is near. They see it now. They realize it. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's saying these knuckle-headed ponies. And the more that they double down, looking at you, Reforge, the worse it's going to be. You have to come to grips with reality and just be like, I was wrong. Xbox butter, or whatever you got to say. And stop defending PlayStation because they're dumb. Shouldn't defend any of them. You could be a fan, but, if they screwing you, unless you like to get screwed, then that's a whole nother issue. That's something else. But as far as customer, corporation, product, all this stuff, the industry, blah, 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 don't get taken advantage of, and don't allow them to take advantage of you. And when they do something you don't like, put your foot down and say something. And that's the only way that change will happen positively towards consumers. If you just lay down and take it like y'all been doing all this generation, they're going to keep on screwing you with no Vaseline. Right, Dirt? Anyway, I appreciate, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Till the wait.